What up, guys? Kevin here with my final review of the PlayStation Portal. And yes, it is going back, so a little bit of a teaser, a little bit of a spoiler, I would say, of what I think of the device. Um, it's a very frustrating device. It's a very frustrating experience of what a proper PlayStation native handheld gaming device could be, because I think there's some things here that are pretty damn cool. And let's get that out of the way. The form factor of this gaming device, I have to give it a 10 out of 10. People laughed at it. People memed it because it looks like, oh, they just took a DualSense and attach it to the side of the side of a screen. That is exactly what they did, and it's comfortable as hell. Now, I'm not a big fan of the DualSense to begin with, but that just shows how uncomfortable handheld gaming is, especially these devices right out of the box, where they just took a DualSense and it's already the best handheld out of the box without any type of Zen Grip Pro, which I would probably compare it most to as being really damn comfortable. I think the most comfortable gaming device, handheld gaming device out there. And I like the look of it. I know some people don't. People people complain about like the gap there between the controller and the screen, but that's what makes it really comfortable. Like, you can really grip it. But yeah, I won't accept any slander for the form factor of this, and I really hope the Switch 2 or any handheld gaming devices going forward use this design. A plus there, Sony. Now, what else? When it works, and it works well, I love it. I love a good handheld gaming experience. But the thing is, it doesn't always work well. So it doesn't matter how great this thing feels in my hand if it don't work. Like, I can put any fun feeling thing in my hand and it feels good. I mean, I can put my cock in my hand. Yay. But if it don't work, it don't work. And that's pretty much where this review goes downhill for the PlayStation Portal. When it works well, I'm like, cool. But I'll get to that in a minute as well, because you can't really take that experience to too many places. But I've had a lot of issues. I've had the typical remote play issues. I definitely had a honeymoon period. It was definitely being nice to me Thursday when I played it. Yesterday, I started playing, what game? Star Ocean, Second Story. And the thing was lagging all over the place. Latency, it was just awful. It was awful, especially a game like Star Ocean, Second Story. But if it ain't working, it is such an awful experience. And it's 2023. I think the year 2023, gaming should be smooth as butter. Whether it's 60 FPS or hell, even 30 FPS, which is atrocious, by the way, but still, I should still be able to just consistently play the game without having any of these issues. But with these companies going after remote play and even streaming and stuff like that, it's just they're reintroducing a shitty way to play video games. And to me, it's not like I'm out in the world playing this thing. I guess if I'm out in the world playing this thing, it's like, well, I'm still playing, Tales of Arise, just at a public park. So I'll put up with it. You can't do that unless you have Wi-Fi, and that Wi-Fi allows you to just instantly connect without having to go to a website to accept their terms and conditions, because there's no internet browser on this thing. Yeah, so that started happening a lot yesterday, and I woke up today. It was working pretty well, and then it started happening again. I'm like, well, I'm in my room with the actual PlayStation, with an actual nice OLED TV that beats this screen. Why don't I just play the game there? And that's what I did. Now, I don't want to discount people who would prefer a handheld gaming session. I think maybe this is the device. Like, okay, this is like it feels like a very quick way of PlayStation to go, hey, we know people want to play these games handheld. And we done research, and most people play handheld in their homes anyways. So here's a cheap device for us to make, and for you, even though it's $200, for you to do that with the PlayStation 5 game. Is it any PlayStation 5 game? I don't know. But it seems like I have access to most of my games. I guess that's a win there for those people, but I don't want to be that guy. Like, who are these people? It's just, okay. I get it. People prefer a handheld gaming experience. I think Mikey Barra from now Xbox, but also the head of Blizzard, I remember he kept tweeting about like he prefers the 2-foot experience over the 10-foot experience, meaning he prefers having a monitor right in front of his face over gaming on TV. So why wouldn't that work for people who prefer, the 1-foot experience of having a nice handheld, pretty big screen right in front of your face than 10 feet away where you can watch it on TV or play a game on TV? So I do not want to discount those people, and I bet there's a lot of them. And for this device, it's a way to play PS5 games right now. And I know you can do it on your phone, I believe. You can get through streaming or get the backbone. Another pro for this is the screen is bigger, so it's very readable and easy to digest. So it's crazy. I remember playing like games on the Game Boy SP, and we never complained. Now we've all have grandpa eyes. I can't see. I don't get this. It's like I think my dad has one of those like laughably loud or big calculators. It's like that's what we become with handheld gaming. These really laughably big screens. But hey, when you got a very comfortable controller, the DualSense on the side of the screen, yeah, it's it can get pretty big and still feel comfortable in our hands. So, yeah, for me personally, it's just going back. I'm at home. I'm not going to take it anywhere on the go, and because I just don't see people being in a place with Wi-Fi and, oh, I need to access my PlayStation 5. You know what? I take that back. People are probably going to go to Thanksgiving. They got Christmas. They're probably going to a loved one's house. I guess you can play it there. Is that worth $200 to you? Maybe. Again, I'm trying to think of all the scenarios where I don't want to discount because this isn't for me. So, yeah, that being said, I was leaning at a 5 out of 10, but now thinking about the holiday Thanksgiving scenarios where you're probably going to go to someone's house where you're just sitting there on the couch not doing anything for hours until you're eating and you're tired of talking to everybody. Yeah, you can absolutely get on their internet and start playing games. Now, again, I don't know how easy that works because don't you have to go in on it and then because you can still enter the Wi-Fi password. You still need to enter the Wi-Fi password for them unless they just keep their stuff out in the open because they live dangerously. That's not a great experience now that I think about it. Like, oh, if I want to go connect to this random internet over here, I got to set that up. And that's my issue. It's just not a pick up and play. There's no case for this. There's no case for this damn device. Is this the first handheld gaming device that released without a case? Because they don't expect you to take it outside your house. So, yeah. Now I want to give it a score. I got to give it, I got to keep it at a 5 out of 10. It just doesn't make sense to me, even for the people out there where they want a handheld gaming device for PlayStation 5 games and they don't mind it, like their PS5 is hooked up to the TV and they can play it that way, but they prefer the handheld device experience. This is for you. For me, it's just silly. It's just silly. And the issues I've had with it, 2023 gaming, that's just not where I'm at. That's just not where I'm at. Yeah, 5 out of 10 for the PlayStation Portal. That's my final score. There's some weird stuff with PlayStation with this thing being out of stock, and they're drip feeding it to Best Buys and stuff. Like I'm seeing Wario 64 every hour, like, oh, back in stock, back in stock, back in stock. PlayStation didn't make a lot of these, so that was going to be a separate video. And I only want to mention it because PlayStation, I know what they're doing. They're trying to create scarcity. They love that scalpers are buying it, even though I see listings of it just sitting there at $300. Nobody's buying those. But yeah, this this is not a gaming device that is flying off the shelf because it's so damn popular. It's flying off the shelf because they're selling five at a time. They're literally selling five at a time. So don't fall into that trap. But yeah, if you just want to play your PS5 games portably inside your home, this is a device for you. All right, I gotta go. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you later. Later.